Hello and welcome back to the stream, and I think this time I actually managed to do everything I wanted during the initial setup. Let's see if everything is live and working. Looks like it is. So welcome.
And welcome back, Zos. I have some crazy sound effects now.
Okay, so today actually will be fancy, and please do let me know if like my sound setup is okay, because everything has changed. So it's definitely possible that like my voice is peaking or whatever, so if you notice anything that's wrong, let me know. I will try to tweak it. Now I can much easier than previously, so but I try to get like my best guess at it right now. Cool, perfect. So yes, today we'll be actually doing some fancy stuff, finally. Let me just close these things, actually. Let's just have a notepad on the side. And I guess we can actually put it into the notepad what I want to do today. So, I had an oopsie. So this particular colony, this particular room kind of completely died. I was able to resurrect it reasonably fast, fortunately. But the reason why it died is actually quite interesting. So, if you have watched my previous streams, like most of my logic is kind of based on the idea that we just start from the state we have at the current tick, and we just go essentially in the order of priorities of things, right? Like, oh, if I'm missing builders, let's respawn builders. I guess workers is the correct word. You know, if I'm missing workers, or respawn workers. Then okay, like if I have enough workers, then just do the next best thing, and so on. It's like this priority list of things, and we kind of go through that, and it's a very easy way to kind of make sure everything is balanced. Now, this has one massive flaw though. If you don't check that you try to actually spawn a worker but you failed, what can happen is you can get basically starved out of workers, because the lower priority things can grab the resources that you need to spawn the workers. So yeah, that's a problem. And basically when I was recovering this room, yeah, it's not exactly that. It's more of none of the like low priority logic can be subverting the high priority logic, essentially, right? Like if essentially there needs to be reservations, right? Like if yes, okay, I do have that. The problem with this particular room is there is way too much swamp. So actually this logic wasn't, and I think I'm actually peeking a little bit. Let me just put it slightly down. Okay. So the problem with this room is because there's so much swamp, the emergency worker just wasn't enough to kind of build it up, because the road started deteriorating. Like basically this room actually needs like significant amount of workers to actually keep it, in the state. So yeah, it's like a specific set of like circumstances happening, but it's more of a systematic problem, because really I should be reserving the resources that I didn't use. Yes, I prioritize refueling extensions over repair. Yes. So, and basically that's what happened. Like the creep got stuck on like refueling the things to spawn like more creeps, but then things started deteriorating and the creep would get stuck in the swamp and basically do nothing, essentially. Like, my creeps are kind of optimized to be like one tick over roads, so whenever they're outside of roads they are super slow, which is okay, because for the most part they're just going on roads. So I kind of fixed it partially manually. I have the logic for spawning remote workers, and basically all I did was just like manually flip them to the worker role, so they kind of became a worker in this room the moment, you know, I flipped the switch in memory. So it's not an automated fix, it's just like a manual. Yeah. I mean, if this was my single room, I would be pretty screwed. Like, and I mean that would be, if that was the case, that would be like a supremely bad choice for the initial room. Picking this type of room as your first room. Oh god, that would be a really bad idea. But anyway, what I really want to work on today is to kind of fix this systematically, as in there really should be reservations. So realistically, whenever we try to spawn anything, the resources should be earmarked for that creep. And actually, maybe let me actually make this even bigger than it is. Where do I do that? To set the preferences. Editing. Where's the font? Am I just blind? Is it not here? View? Okay, maybe I don't know how to increase the font size in this thing. Yes, okay, so that's also a possibility. I very deliberately don't use my towers to repair things because I think it's, well, okay, it's a guess. I'm guessing that it's more efficient to just use my creeps to repair things, not my towers, because the towers get a lower efficiency on distance. But I could definitely add some logic that kind of checks, oh yeah, like this thing is close enough, so it's okay to use the tower to repair. And I might look into that. But basically, I need more of a solid reservation system where if I try to do something and it kind of fails, and it was supposed to use resources, then really those resources should not be available for the other things. The second thing that was extremely obvious when I was kind of like restoring this room to health was that my current job scheduling, and I already mentioned that like last time, my current job scheduling is a complete nightmare. Because what I do is I set the workers to like have a specific job, but I don't tell them, like, sorry, it's the exact opposite, not a specific job. I basically assign them a category. So I say, okay, like you worker are now a builder, go find something to build. The problem with that is if I have multiple builders, they might choose to do the same thing, they might choose to do different things, they might like compete for resources. It's a complete nightmare, and especially if there's like a lot of jobs, the amount of wasted movement on my creeps was just ridiculous. Like it just kept moving back and forth because, you know, there was a repair job, so they would go, oh, I need to repair this thing, and then the repair job would basically get done in the next tick, so they would go, oh, there's a repair job on the other side of the room, let me, you know, move to the other side of the room, and this just kept happening. So what I want to really have is a workflow system, as in I don't tell a creep, hey, this is your job, as in you are a builder. What I really want is to tell this creep specifically, hey, go pick up resources from this thing and then go and repair that thing, as in by ID. I tell them very explicitly what they should do. And the decisions, like how many creeps I send to like a specific target, how many creeps, you know, I tell to like go and pick up a thing from a specific resource point, that all should be done in the scheduling itself. So because that way I have like perfect control over what's happening. So I have kind of tried to think about it. But the thing is, it's actually not that trivial, because so like it's relatively easy to basically have like the logic of the creep, and I really want to increase this font because this is really annoying. How the heck do I do this? Settings. Oh, it's the style configurator, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes. Let's... yeah, 28, and let's switch to the... what was it called? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. That should be readable. Oh, is it? Oh, it's... ah, damn it. Why did I not try that? Thank you, Zos. Thank you. Okay, so I think this is much better. Okay, so fundamentally having a workflow system is relatively simple, right? Like on the creep logic, you have basically so okay, so let's start with the creep memory. So creep memory would be current job, and the current job is list of steps, and each step is go do X with Y, basically, right? It's like go pick up resources from this ID, go repair this thing. That's basically what you would have in the creep memory, which makes the logic very straightforward. The logic is, am I done with the current step? Then if no, then do current step, otherwise go to next step. So the creep logic is super trivial, you know. You basically the steps themselves will be just functions that we call based on, you know, like a enum or something, and it's very simple. But you need to be super careful because there's a couple of gotchas in here that I already kind of, when I was thinking about this offline, I kind of realized. So first of all, what happens? So think about what happens in the scheduler, right? The scheduler kind of goes, oh, I have a job at ID X, right? And let's say like this will be like repair, and you know, some ID. So then what for the scheduler this means that if a creep goes and says, okay, I'm free to do something, the scheduler would go, oh, on creep being available, it would basically assign this job, but it would go one step further. So because this is a job that would require energy, we also need to inject that. So it would basically go assign the creep workflow of pick up resources from, you know, somewhere. And okay, let me just move this up. And go do repair, you know, this thing basically. Okay, so you actually don't really, because how I kind of envision this happening is, let's say, so at the beginning of my loop, I go through my creeps, and as I'm basically doing their logic, they go, hey, you know, I have a job, I'm doing my job. And then at some point, the creep will go, hey, I just finished my current step, and there's no next step because the workflow is done. So then it basically goes to the scheduler, and then the scheduler goes, hey, here is your like next workflow to do, basically. That's kind of, I think that kind of setup will work well, but yeah, I'm getting to the issues. Okay, so we have this scheduler, right? Like it knows what jobs it has. If a creep basically pings the scheduler for like a new job, as in a new workflow, the scheduler would go, hey, like here's your list of things to do. Despite inside job. Yeah, okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, people use this approach because it's a... The moment I thought about it, this is very logical to do. I don't know why I did it the way I did it before. Okay, but the corner cases. So the corner cases are interesting. First corner case. What if the creep dies? So we also need to remember that, like, so for the jobs that the scheduler has, we cannot just go and say, oh, like this job is done the moment we assign it. We kind of need to remember that we assigned a creep to the job, and we need to make sure that if the creep dies, the job goes back to being undone. It doesn't basically get stuck and no one will ever do this job. So we need to remember the mapping of creeps to jobs, and we need to reset job to available when the creep is dead. So that's actually a very good question. I don't know right now. I think... So this gets very weird because there's one very obvious job that definitely needs more creeps. So if I just jump to here, well, right now they are all going back. Why the heck are you guys going back? Oh yeah, this is my job system in a nutshell. Now suddenly there's like a repair job somewhere and everyone just like goes away from upgrading this thing. It's basically what I was talking about, like it's a complete mess. Oh, they're going to refill because refill is a high priority job, okay. But basically, yes, like refilling things is potentially a job for multiple creeps. Upgrading the controller is also a job for multiple creeps. Repair, I would say, is a job for one creep in general, but maybe in certain situations we want to have multiple creeps on this. It's a thing to consider. But yeah, let's make a note of that. Multiple creeps for a job. So it's honestly more of like a map of job to array of creep, something like that. Okay, so that's interesting. So, but then how do you know, that you need to reschedule a job? Or do you just do it that like, as long as the job is, so if you have like the highest priority job, right? Do you just do that if the job isn't done and it's like the highest priority thing right now, you will just keep assigning more and more creeps to that? Because that's one thing I want to get away from. I don't want to kind of pile up a bunch of creeps on a single job. Even if it's like high priority, like if one creep is enough to do the job, then one creep should be assigned to the job. If I need like multiple creeps to do the job, then sure, I should assign multiple creeps, but that really comes from the job itself, not necessarily from like its priority, I guess. So, but yes, like for creep dying, we have something. We can just remember this mapping and then, you know, check if the creep is still alive, and if it's not, then we can just kick it out of this data structure, and then, you know, the basically available creeps should be able to pick up this job. Job object scheduler. Okay, so you actually have like a in-memory representation of a job as an object. That's an interesting idea. But the thing is, okay, so like what you're describing, I understand, but I still don't quite get. Like, I don't quite get how do you detect that the creep is dead, and you basically need to call like remove creep. Because that's the, like, what you are describing is kind of more of a structural thing, as in like how you plug things together. But the one piece, and again, I'm actually might be totally missing. Oh, that is simple. I have creep object that runs each tick, a list of them. Oh, so you're like, remember your current list of creeps, and then you have like basically a cleanup method that, like, if the creep had the job assigned, it will be removed from the job and stuff like that. Damn, that actually sounds like a really great idea. Okay, so I'm still hang up on the dead creeps. Okay, so you store in your permanent memory the list of your creeps, and if you notice that the creep is dead, you basically do a cleanup on that ID. Is that correct? By creep name, okay. That does sound like damn it, that does sound good. I have to admit, I like that. I don't know how it fits into my logic. But okay, so basically what this would do for me, I can get rid of, do I? Well, basically what this does for me, I don't necessarily need the logic inside of the scheduler. I can have the logic as you have it, so I can have the logic on the job. So the job basically remembers the creeps that are assigned to it. That sounds pretty good. Well, okay, so this would be all new code, so it doesn't really matter, you know, about rewriting stuff. Okay. Mapping of creeps to jobs. So yes, okay, so let's think about it. So if we have it that like each job remembers the creeps assigned to it, mapping of creeps to jobs. Then yes, if I have the global global information of known creeps, then I can basically have like a cleanup thing, cleanup per role, I guess. And then the creep can just remove. Yeah, okay, that sounds like a good structure, honestly. No, it's fine. I would still like to write this myself, even if you have the code. And you know, right now we are sketching out the like high level flow, so things might still change, but I do like this particular structure that basically, if the scheduler has a job, it's actually like an actual job object, and then what I basically do, and by necessity it will have some sort of like limit number of creeps, right? So that way this kind of mapping, yeah, I honestly love this. This is really nice. Yeah, because this cleanup per role, actually that fixes other issues that I had. Because I will, the thing is, what I also want is not just the cleanup, I also honestly want like a init per role as well. Because I had these like, when I'm spawning like one creep of a specific role per something, I have this very convoluted logic where I kind of like remember which creep is spawning, and it's very convoluted and very weird. So having like an init and a destruct per role, and then have this like global thing that just has like knows all the creeps. Yeah, that would actually solve a lot of my issues. Okay, so the dead creeps we can do with this, and that's very good. So yeah, we basically by default then remember the mapping. We need to reset the job, that's fine. And multiple creeps per job is just straight up fine, because the job can just have multiple creeps assigned. Yeah. Yeah, the ticket system sounds similar to what I'm doing. I'm just not calling it tickets. Yeah, okay. So, the second corner case here. So the creep dies. Okay, we can have that fixed mostly by the structure, how we do things, and then just having the global cleanup, and that's very nice. Now, the second corner case is a thing that can definitely happen, because in the scheduler, I don't necessarily want to be running like super complicated logic about the job. So what can definitely happen is the job can't be done. Now, this gets very tricky. I would have to look at the map, but I kind of suspect that it's possible to have a room. Let's see, can I find a room that's kind of like split in two? Is that a thing that can happen? I mean, I can like create the situation by just building walls, but what I'm trying to figure out if like naturally there can be a room that's kind of split into two pieces that are not connected. I'm not really seeing any of that. So maybe by default this cannot really happen. But if you know, like, if you have information to the opposite, do let me know. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a room of that type. But basically, if you imagine, okay, let's just try to jump to my home, because I kind of lost my place. For link, I use... Sorry, I missed that. What do you mean by link? Okay, but the thing I wanted to say, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So imagine you have a room that's kind of split by the diagonal into like two pieces, right? If I'm running a scheduler in this room, I need to be very careful, because if I have a creep on one side, I don't want to assign it a job on the other side, and so on. So it kind of looks like for now that won't be an issue. So there are basically two categories. Oh, you mean like link, the building link? Okay, sure. Ah, okay. Okay, makes sense. So the job cannot be done like at all if it's unreachable. But then there can be like various reasons why the creep is unable to do a job based on like a dynamic state, right? Like it can be creep is blocked by other creeps. The you know, building was destroyed, and so on. So for the things that are kind of like fundamental, as in the scheduler shouldn't assign this creep to this job, I think that should live inside of the scheduler itself. So let's just put it down. So for fundamental things, as in creep cannot reach that part of the room at all, so this should be handled in the scheduler. But what about like these dynamic things? Now this gets very tricky, because if we have like dynamic failures, we are starting to kind of reach the area of distributed systems and backups and whatnot. So this can get very complicated. So there should be certain amount of retries. So let's say if the creep is blocked by other creeps, right, it should basically try for at least a bit to figure out if it will ever be able to reach that point. And we potentially can also have, like, if let's say if the creep gets stuck, it can basically set the pathfinding so it ignores creeps, and then like try to check if there's, you know, like a path at all. But then also we should have a backoff from a job. So let's imagine that we, I have kind of trouble coming up with examples for this one, but I can definitely imagine a situation where I have like a high priority job that for whatever reason, the creeps jar are just failing to do it. What can then happen is that the creep just, you know, tries a couple of times and then just says, okay, like, I cannot do this job. And and if we have like multiple like give ups on a job, then the scheduler should consider that as a thing, because at that point this basically is becoming like a drain on capacity, because there's this borked thing that's kind of keeping my creeps busy. And again, I have kind of trouble coming up with examples what how exactly this would look like. But you can also kind of see this as like, imagine that there's like enemy creeps in the room, and if I send the creep to do a job, the creep gets immediately like killed. Then maybe we should just stop sending creeps to that job. So this is more of a let's do this later thing for now, but I feel like I will need it. Okay. Yeah. So enough of rambling, and let's actually start doing stuff. So let's move this to the side. Let's go to our IDE, this one. So let's start thinking about this. So the objects that we talked about, so we will need a scheduler, we will need a job, we will need we talked about the like known creeps, so we will need something like a known creep. Yeah, I mean that sounds good, but I also maybe don't want to like my creeps to completely panic when there's like one enemy. But yeah, I mean, I think this is logic I will do later, because again, like it's relatively advanced, and there are definitely corner cases that I will hit, I expect, but I think they will come again later, not right now. Okay, so the scheduler needs to come up with the jobs. So last time we kind of had this fancy scheduler, fancy jobs, right? So we already have like the entities that might be need building, the entities that might need disassembling, refilling, repairing, upgrading, and so on. So we already have the targets of these jobs, which is great. And we have all these logic that kind of comes up with this. Yeah, it might be possible to just use some simple logic like that, like if the HP is less than half, then start panicking. Okay, so inside of here, so this is the thing that happens on the tick. Every 1000 ticks we refresh the actual structures that might need to be happening faster, maybe. I'm kind of thinking like either every 50 or every 100 ticks or something like that. But basically, once we have this, we kind of want to generate the jobs out of that. So for each of these like targets, I want to have a job, and the job, where's my text again? So the where is that? Here. Yeah, yes. So each job, you'll remember, it's Screeps. Now I'm wondering, is there... I probably might need jobs that have like multiple steps, not just two. So right now, all the things I do are is kind of go and pick up resources and then go and do a thing. And that's where it kind of ends. But I'm getting the feeling that this might not be sufficient for more complicated things. I might want to have some sort of like resource transfer things, maybe. But those are still mostly like 2 steps. Yeah, no. Let me know if you know about like a multi-step job. But I think I still kind of want to make this basically an array of steps. Now the question I'm thinking about is, so if the creep has a list of steps, so if a creep has a list of steps, right? So then is each step a job, or is the job list of steps? I'm kind of thinking that this should be each step is a job, and when I basically give the creep a workflow, I register it with all the jobs. Now I might not have a job for things like pick up resources, but on a fundamental, so I might kind of have like a fake job that's just like, that's basically the resource scheduler that will represent the pickup resources step. And for that one, I wouldn't really care about the creeps assigned to it as such. A job without target. But wait, what would that be? What would be a job without a target? Yeah, idle job. No, but even like a defend room job. So I don't think I will have an idle job, because there's always something to do. At minimum, you can just upgrade the controller. Defend room job. I mean, defend room job, I will still kind of have like a position for the creep to like stand in or something, or maybe like a patrol between like two spaces or something. And move home job. Oh. Okay, that's a good point. Having a way to sleep for a bit might be beneficial. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's say that each step is a job. So I guess, okay, let's go back to the main. Let's just keep hashing this out. So inside of a creep, we would have an array of job. Something like this. Job would have creeps assigned to it, which would be array of ID creep. Actually, just not an array, just a set, right? That's better. Something like that. And the scheduler will have yeah, so this will basically have like a job type 1 array job type 2 array job, yeah, something like this. So we basically have I'm kind of trying to move to just using like the game.getObjectById, but yeah, getting them by name actually might be faster. Yeah, no, not quite sure. Yeah. I mean, this is a thing that's relatively easy to switch. So if we see that yeah, I mean, so, but that's actually what the known creep will do. It will basically no, that's a good point. Oh, but I actually already do that, don't I? There's like this memory cleanup thing at the end of my loop. Where was that? Yes, this thing. Oh, damn it, I should just do the cleanup over here. And that would just fix everything. Okay, so yeah, okay, screw the known creeps. That's an overkill. That's definitely not a needed thing. Probably not. So I'm just kind of sketching it out right now. Okay. But yes, okay, so then this even like further simplifies things. Okay. Let's start actually writing stuff. So now the question is, since I'm kind of doing this stuff over here, which is like every whatever ticks, I kind of like rebuild the knowledge of about this room. Instead of just storing the IDs, or should I do it just like next to it? So this is just a thing that kind of goes over the. It doesn't really matter what's the like. This can be adjusted, but the point here is that I kind of find everything of interest inside of the room, to kind of build up the picture of the room, and then I want to generate the jobs of that, so I don't like do this, you know, finding structures all the time like every tick. So then, yeah, so we probably want to regenerate the jobs on the same loop. So yeah, so whenever we kind of rebuild these things, then we want to recreate the jobs. Okay, so next to these things, I will need build jobs, which will be a set. Maybe just a set of a job. Oh yeah, I need to define what job is. Okay, for now I just put it class job over here so I can actually write stuff. Yeah. Now, the thing I already see that might be an issue for me is because I'm doing this way, it will be kind of hard to have like priorities in between these jobs, because I don't know if I necessarily want to be spending that much logic. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be spending like that much CPU on kind of like picking the best job. So set isn't necessarily better or worse. I kind of just use set for things that don't necessarily have an order. And I don't really need a map here, I don't think. Yeah, actually, okay, so that's a good point. Let's just look at that. Okay, maybe the music is a little bit too loud right now. Yeah, somewhere there. Okay, that should be better. Let's have a look at JavaScript speed set array. Oh, okay, so array push is 4 times faster than add. Okay, good to know. For loop, iterate over the set. Again, iterating over array was faster. Okay, removing elements from a collection. For the small, it was about 3 times faster to remove items from a set. Oh, but it's like exponentially faster to remove them from a set on a if you have a lot of elements. Okay. Okay, sure. I will kind of trust this, you know, random person and just switch to set to array. Now the good thing is I will never really be splicing these, I guess. Because whenever I update these, I just like completely dump them. So yeah, let's just do arrays everywhere, and I will need to adjust my code a bit. Oh, and I will also need to adjust my like serialization routines and stuff. Okay. So instead of add, I want to do push. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's good running these type of things. I'm pretty familiar with this type of stuff in C++, but for JavaScript it's like I have no idea. Is it no? So it doesn't have clear. What's the like reset method? So it's nice shift reverse. Am I just blind? I'm not seeing it. Okay, I think I'm missing info here. What is global reset and what does it do? Okay. Oh, I actually need to do it for all of these. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm still missing some info, so... Wait, are you saying that the memory is not reset on every tick, or...? Zos, tell me, what is a global reset? I don't know what is global reset. Upgrade disassembly, repair, refill, build. Am I missing any of these? Disassembly, yes. Okay. So yeah, damn it, actually these yeah, the jobs I actually want to rebuild every time. Yeah, so this serialize and serialize is now broken because it's not a set anymore. Now, since it's an array, I shouldn't really actually need this logic, but just for convenience for now, let's just do it. Okay, but then why would global reset affect my code? Or like what? Yeah, I'm kind of lost on why you were talking about global reset. Module export to France. Oh. So wait, I didn't know that. So if I actually have like a global variable, are you saying that even though I don't store it in like explicitly in serialized memory, unless a global reset happens, it will actually still be around between ticks? I did not know that. Okay, but like, yeah, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, there's definitely something I could use. Yeah, so basically like picking up on the things that are in a room can be just when things are not initialized at all. And I guess I can then just update things incrementally, maybe? Yeah, that's quite interesting. And very good to know. Somehow, it makes total sense, but somehow my brain didn't really connect this together. It's interesting. I basically just need to store things that I cannot like reinitialize, right? Hey, welcome back. Oh, sorry.
Hello, welcome back.
Stream is going good. How about you? How was your week? What am I doing? I'm doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, I bought a new toy, so I now play with my toys. Unfortunately, I only have this one voice. Okay, to be fair, I have two voices. Let me try. Hopefully I will not blow your ears to mess up.
Hello, this is really stupid voice, but it kind of works, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that one is much weirder. Hello!
That's something. Man, like that's a sentence that never comes true. Like, finished my final redesign of my code base. That's like I've said that so many times about so many projects. It's never the final redesign, never. Okay. Okay, so now we have serialized, deserialized for an array. Yeah, okay. I think like the moment I run into issues with CPU, this is the first thing I will actually optimize, is to like basically only do this on the global reset. I guess I will always have to do the serialization, maybe, but the deserialize, yeah, that's a good thing to know. Yeah, so I basically just don't really like store anything between ticks outside of memory. I mean, okay, so if I have a situation when my script gets stopped between the serialize, it's pretty much like the tick didn't happen, right? Like I still have the state from the tick before because I serialize on every tick, right? Oh, you mean like if I use too much CPU? Okay. Yes, definitely. So yeah, I need to be careful about like not going over my CPU. But I think if I go to the map, right? So let's just have a look. I do actually log like the CPU stuff. So CPU spent on serialization is basically nothing. So yeah, it's really, I just need to have some headroom, and at the point I'm fine. It's basically like whenever I kind of run anything, I just need to make sure that I don't like completely blow through my CPU. Oh yeah, totally, like if I have like an endless loop or something, I can imagine this happening. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, the one thing is like, since like my code is so immature, like I still keep like, you know, looking at my rooms from time to time to see if like everything exploded or something. Like right now, like I can already see this. I have way too many workers in this room because this is just insanity over here. Ah, right. Yes, that also makes sense. Yeah. All these things need to happen in my empire for sure. Right now, it's very. Damn it! Like I almost feel like I will need to rebuild this thing because I think this container needs to move outside. There's just like, why is this guy not doing anything? Yeah, like my current job system is just a mess, I have to say. I think there are like literally creeps that have nothing to do in this room, which is impressive, but that's mostly because I don't repair things like walls. So yeah. Are we finally? Yeah, okay, finally spawning the drill. Yeah, I know. It's a balance of things, right? Like, but yeah, okay. Let me actually fix this. I definitely have way too many workers in this room. So this is E27S1. Workers, let's cut it down by 3 to 9. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. And thanks a lot for all the tips, like, it's super useful. You know, even if I don't like pick your particular solution, it's super useful to kind of get different viewpoints. Righto, so yes, whenever we rebuild this thing, no, actually, whenever we deserialize this thing, yes, okay. So the job initialization should be happening here. So what did I say? I said that the job, where are my notes? A job remembers the creeps assigned to it. Yes. So then what should be a job is an array of creeps actually at the beginning it should just be an empty array, right? Because if I or should this just be deserialized? Yeah, because I want to keep it between ticks, so I should actually store this in memory. I could potentially rebuild this from the creeps, but that might cost me way too much CPU, and I still have like plenty of memory left over. So okay, so in my constructor actually, yeah. Wait a second, this is something I need to test. If I just serialize an array, does that work? Wait, what is this still complaining about? Oh, it's complaining about these things. Declared but never used, yes, indeed. Let me just get around this problem by just initializing these two empty arrays. Why is this complaining? List of yes. Syntax is important. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing this to get around the TypeScript errors, so I can then push this potentially, because I want to test one thing that I'm not 100% sure about. Upgrade entities. Not entities, damn it. Wait, I somehow skipped upgrade jobs? How did it happen? Oh, because I called it upgrade entities. Yeah. Now it should be okay. And just give me a second, I need to sit down. Okay. Right. So the thing I wanted to test, let's just do it down here. So where's my serialization? Somewhere at the bottom, and man, I will need to clean up this code. Okay, so let's just try memory.test will be json.stringify. Let's just create a new thing over here. Let x be new array of how do I do this? I will need to create a quick class just to test this. Okay, so let's just do like a class test. Constructor x is a number and y is a string, for example. Sure. Then back to the bottom. So JSON stringify. New array test, and then x dot push new test 1 abc. And let's just push one more thing. And actually, let's genuinely see what happens if I don't actually use the stringify, because this is a thing that getting away from that wouldn't be horrible. Okay, so for arrays I don't need to do the crazy stringify thing. I just can have memory.test. Okay, let's just make double sure. So basically, and if that's the case, I would just replace. I still like the maps, but maybe I want to replace the sets with an array. But okay, let's just do test test of test. Okay, yeah, this will not really work. Oh, this is, and this is has a collision. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. So let's just jump to the top. Let's call it test object. Yep. Test object, test object, test object. So this is almost okay, because this thing now is complaining that it doesn't know what this thing is. So I need to actually define it over here. Now, actually, I mean, this is a thing that always trips me about TypeScript, is like when classes meet interfaces. I'm still a bit fuzzy on this topic. So if I do, you know, an actual class, and I just say it implements test object, is this okay? Why the heck is this any? That's not correct. property test does not exist on what? I am confused at this point. So it's property test of, is the name test conflict with something inside of memory? Oh, like the entire memory seems screwed up now. What the heck? Why would that be? Okay, if I just remove this, does that fix that? Not really. Why would you not like this interface? I think it's this interface that's breaking it somehow. But I don't see why it would. Yeah, so it's like it's basically saying the memory doesn't have anything in it, which is strange. And now it's also complaining, yeah, because job scheduler state. It's like my types are completely screwed. What the heck? This is just by me adding this? No, there's some other problem. What the? What did I break? Cannot find name job scheduler state, which is defined over here. So why would that not see it? Okay, let's see. Oh, because this thing got in. Ah, damn it. Yeah, it's the ID being a little bit too helpful. Yeah, thank you, ID. You just broke my code. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. I think now it will be implement interface is missing the following properties. What? Oh, because this should be public. Yes, 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 yes. Now it's okay. Oh, jeez. That was interesting problem, to say the least. Okay. Okay. It's missing. Oh, because I didn't make it an array of these. Yes, that's a good point. Okay. So we have this prepared. So it's an array of TypeScript objects, and I actually want to also see if like a nested array will be correctly serialized. So what I actually want to add over here is public z. Sure, let's just make it an array of strings, and it will of course complain on the initialization. So let's just do how do I write that? Will it just accept like this? is not assignable to string. If I do this, no, I'm sure there's a way to do this. Oh no, because arrays are just like this. Yes, that's the way to write it. Okay. Ooh. Yes, my TypeScript knowledge is hurting. It's not really up to snuff today. Okay, so now we have also a nested array just to verify that everything is fine. Now, what I want to then do is when this thing deserializes, I just want to go and print it out and see if we actually have... Yeah, that's what I want to do. So up here, yeah, so if we have memory.test, then what you want to do is just console log memory.test. And this should basically tell me if it got correctly deserialized, and that's it. So we have memory.test, and yeah, let's just do it like this so it's a little bit more fancy. I can find it easily in the output. Okay, so now if I push this, it shouldn't really break. So that should actually happen automatically, because console.log should... No, it was console. No, this thing should do stringify, I think. Okay, we will see. Anyway, good thing to test. Okay, let's just do a roll up and let's see if things explode. Okay, console. So let's have a look. So somewhere... Where's my beginning of my tick? Here. Oh, it didn't do it recursively. Right. Okay. So yes, then I guess the stringify is the correct thing to do. You might be right. So yes, so JSON dot stringify of this thing. Okay, and yeah, let's push this. Why am I switching windows? Okay. Okay. So let's see what happened. Yeah, okay, so if you work with arrays, it's kind of much easier, which is good news. Okay, then let's just try to do it through arrays, then I don't need to do the serialize, deserialize. Yeah. Okay. So that will save me on some bits of logic over... Oh, now actually the question... Okay, this might break things, so let's just see. So if I now... Yeah, so let's just set this to like every 10 ticks, and just do this. Because this thing is like redoing the memory. And I try to deserialize a set as an array. Technically that should work, like they should have the same representation in JSON, but I guess let's just double check. So we have rooms, remote rooms. Okay, I need to go through my main memory. So memory rooms, inside of the room I should have my job scheduler. Okay, this is a bit weird. Why is this so nested? Yeah, I think this is some sort of bug, honestly. But this... the thing is... I'm actually surprised that this is happening, because how the deserialization works is it will try to deserialize this thing, and if it fails, it should basically reset it to an empty array. Okay, let's... I mean, right now I'm just using like 20 kilobytes for 2 rooms, so I'm not too worried about the size of the memory. Deserialization, possibly? We will see. It could become an issue. But why the heck is it... Why the heck is it so nested? This is weird. Yeah, I mean, so again, like right now I'm at like 20 kilobytes with 2 rooms. So if it's like 10 kilobytes per room, then even if I have 100 rooms, I'm still fine. Okay. This is weird. I'm not quite sure why that's happening. Let's try to figure this out. Am I actually calling this code? I should be calling this code. No? Yeah, I have the fancy scheduler init schedule memory. Yeah, and basically what I'm doing is like I'm just deserialize. Why would this be so strange? Is it just the... No, but okay, that doesn't... I was about to say, like, is it just the fact that these are like the ID objects, but that doesn't work. That logic doesn't really work, because... Oops. Yeah, so this is the first time in it. Yeah, I'm deserializing array. Okay, if I just do this hardcore, so since this thing actually does correctly deserialize, let's just say that I straight up put in the job scheduler in. Yeah, I will have to make an interface for this, which is fine. Then I don't need to call the serialize, because that will happen automatically. This thing will need to be different. Yeah, so this will basically need to be like new array, whatnot. Okay, let's do that. Let's switch this over. So I get rid of the serialization, deserialization. Okay, so what we need to create is inside of a room memory. So not the job scheduler state. Let's call it job scheduler data, because I just need to name it something different, unfortunately. But it will basically be this thing. But this will be arrays of ID. Right, okay, so this will actually, I need to copy it from the scheduler itself. So this will literally be these. Okay, perfect. Okay. Right. Okay. And then I can, in the job scheduler, I can say that this thing implements this thing. So now you're complaining. H is missing. Right. That's a valid point. Wait a second. But don't I have that in the constructor? I don't. Okay. Okay. So private age is a number. But where do I get the age over this dot state dot? Oh, because I go through the state. Sure. Okay. So just this dot age. Yes. So room memory, job schedule. Okay, so this thing now needs to be different because okay, job schedule data, because this thing will be different. So this will be new array. Oh, right. So this will be a bit more complicated because these need to be the correct types. Why are you complaining? Because there's no initializer, which is a good point, yes. Okay, let's just fix this very quickly. So private entities will be new array of this. New array of this. Okay, new array of this. New array of this. Oops, not semicolons, just colons. And new array of this. Build entities, disassembly, this goes away. So yeah, if we don't have the job scheduler object, we just reinitialize for the first time. Now over here, so I will not be doing the deserialization anymore. The jobs we will see, and the serialization as well, so this goes away. Let's just check. Oops, wait, why is this still incorrectly implements interface job scheduler data? Oh, right. I did not know that whether they're like private or not actually matters in the interfaces. So, but this thing, Yeah, so it's not... I don't know how to fix that. How do I... Private member typescript interface. Interface defines public contracts. Yeah, that's okay, so all of these need to be public just because that's how interfaces work, which is a bit annoying, but I guess I can live with that. It's not a deal breaker. Where am I? Here, right. So these things need to be public. What are you complaining about? Property has no initializer. Yes. Yes, because what I actually want to do in the constructor now is different than before. So what I want to do is data is job scheduler data, and then this dot age equals oh, but oh. Can I just do this equals data? Probably not, right? Is there a way to do this? Where so I have a class that implements the interface, and I basically just want to... The only way to initialize...
Hey, welcome back.
I basically want to initialize from an object that's of the type job scheduler data, and I think my music is way too loud again, damn it.
What's up?
I bought a new toy. You know how it goes. So how are your exams? Do you need to like keep learning for 1 month more because it got delayed, or what's up? I almost feel I shouldn't really have the construct. No, but then the thing will complain that... Oh, this is hard. Cool. I have to admit, I'm having flashbacks to learning subjects that I hated.
Welcome back. But yeah, Screeps are amazing.
Okay. Damn it, I'm a bit stuck on this now. So initialize TypeScript class from interface, something like that. Interface initialization. Constructor. Oh, wait a second. You can hear the notification sounds on my side? That shouldn't really be happening. Give me a second. Okay, try now. Just write anything. Okay, did you hear it this time? Perfect. Oh, so I'm really sorry about that. Anyone who was watching before, it must have been like super annoying. I totally forgot about that. That's totally my bad. Sorry. Right. Okay. So from this, I kind of understand that what I actually need to do is, let's just simplify this. So this thing needs to move to here. And yeah, let's just make it constructor of this. This would be a crazy long constructor, but that's fine. And I will not be passing the that over here. So now it shouldn't be complaining about anything, but I don't have room. Okay. Oh, I still need the room. Okay, that's a good point. That's that's a bit of a problem. Okay, so the good thing is that what I can do over here is const fancy job scheduler equals I can just do evo.room.memory.job scheduler as fancy scheduler.job scheduler. No, like this. Cannot record. Okay, this goes away. Okay, we just take the object that's in memory that's just typed by the interface and we look at it as job scheduler. So this should straight up work. I hope. Now the problem I have here is because I'm not doing it as like a new thing. Good. Oh, damn it. TypeScript is really screwing me over today. How the heck do I do this? I have an object of the type of the interface. And I have yeah, I'm basically doing this, which is correct, except Mm. Oh, this is so annoying. I don't know how to do this. Is it even possible? So I have an object of an interface type, right? And I can look at it as the thing that's implementing the interface. What is follower song? I'm confused. No worries. Just explain yourself. Sorry.
Explain yourself.
Oh, you mean the alert? But there weren't any new alerts today, or were there? Did I miss something? Oh shoot, what the heck? Oh, my setup is broken. Sorry guys. Yeah, I knew that there will be issues with my setup right now. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know how to fix it right now. I will need to fix it later. So let me just do this.
Okay. RTV1323, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. And Revogen, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, sorry guys. Still need to... It's a new toy. I need to set it up properly. You know, things will be broken for a bit. Oh yeah, cool. To be honest, I'm so happy for anyone watching, and just if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me and ask your questions. I'm super happy to explain anything. It's kind of amazing and crazy that I have like right now 14 people actually watching. Like I have been streaming for like one person for quite some time, and suddenly I have like people watching, and I'm like, do you guys have any questions? I can answer questions. So yes, please do. If you have any questions, please do ask. I'm super happy to explain. I cannot open points because I still haven't clicked the button for being affiliate, and I might do it, honestly. We'll see. I need to think about it. Damn it, I might just click the button and switch to affiliate. So the problem is then I need to stop. I would have to basically redo my YouTube setup. So right now I have a very lazy setup where I restream to YouTube. To be fair, no one is really watching on YouTube, so it doesn't really matter that I'm restreaming to YouTube, but then I don't really have to like upload VODs because they just like, since I stream to YouTube, there's a VOD automatically on YouTube. So it would mean more work for me, but it's not like a big jump. So maybe I will do it. And it honestly, it kind of makes more sense to just have VODs on YouTube. So okay, let me give you a bit more background why I do it. So the thing is that like my main, since I'm doing coding, the kind of the main reason why I also restream on YouTube is because I notify people on LinkedIn. And the problem is LinkedIn is, and I was getting like actual like viewers on LinkedIn as well. So the problem with LinkedIn is like one of the slowest platforms as far as like the age of things you see. Like LinkedIn will be super happy to give you like things that got posted like half a year ago in your feed. So if I would like put in my Twitch, people would just click on it like, you know, I don't know, tomorrow, and they would go, hey, like there's nothing there. Like, you know, there's like a, I don't know what you get served as like if when I'm offline, like my last word or something, whatever that thing is. So that's why I post my YouTube there. But I can definitely change my workflow where I just stream on Twitch and then I upload the VOD to YouTube and then just post the link to the VOD. So that's definitely possible. But yeah, I might do that and give you some fancy stuff to play with the channel points and stuff. Okay, anyway, back to work. Let's stop talking about my like streaming setup and let's start. I have no idea. I just post on the Probinote. I suspect announcements means like Screep level announcements. Announce discounts announcements. Yeah, probably. I feel like that's for like discussing the announcements, not necessarily like announcing your stuff. I don't know. I guess I can ask around. Yeah, but yeah, like that's possibly a good idea. Thanks for the tip. I will have a look. Okay, so we take the in-memory job scheduler as a job scheduler. I still don't know how to... Okay, maybe if I search for like TypeScript initialize descendant class from parent, something like that. Instance of a child object from parent object. Yes, this is pretty much what I want. The base class needs to define a copy constructor. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so then I can do base object. And I can have extra parameters here. Yes, so this would work. But the problem is well, I wouldn't have a base object, I would have just the interface, and then I guess I would just write this in my copy constructor. Yeah, don't worry. I will definitely not spam channels just randomly. You know, that's kind of. I have been on the internet long enough and got banned from enough things to know not to be a complete ass about these things. Damn it! This is very close to what I want to do, but still not exactly. Get property. Okay, I can do this kind of for loop thing. Copy by hand. So like for JSON, that's annoying. I could do this. Well, almost. I guess if I... Okay. So one way I can say I can do this. Let's just jump to here. So instead of just having straight up the job scheduler implement the job scheduler data, I can have class job scheduler data impl job scheduler data, right? And this thing can have these properties. Yeah. So I feel this will be the correct way to do it. So this thing has all these properties, so it correctly implements the job scheduler data, and this one will extends job scheduler data info. Yeah. Oops. Not sure what I pressed there, but that was incorrect. So now let's contain a super call. Okay, so now this thing can take a job scheduler damn it. Yes, so now this thing can take data as the, you know, my predecessor, and then I can do super with data dot okay, why are you not work? Is that not how you call super? Where's the constructors over here? Is not. Is it base, not super? Wait a second. Must contain a super call. Okay. Or wait, do you call it over here? Oh yes, you call it inline. Okay, sure. So data h data dot and now I need to actually not screw up the order. So it's build entities data dot refill entities. Yes, data dot repair. This will work. Okay, finally we have a solution. Disassembly entities data dot what was the last thing? Upgrade entities. Yes. So okay, so I have the super call that initializes to my predecessor. Then in my wait, there's still problems. Oh, because now I need to, on top of that, add the room. So not just the data, but also room, which is room. And this will be public, no private thing of mine. So now this piece of code is fixed because of that. And I just do this plus h, yep. Okay, so this is all cool now. Then in my main, I do fancy job scheduler is new. This thing from this thing and evo.room as the room. Okay, so this works perfectly. So we initialize from our predecessor and or our parent that we derive from, and the room, which is the extra data member. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Sarah doesn't do anything. So this now, okay, I cannot really push this because this will just fail. because how do I actually do this? So if I need to kind of do like a double step where like I basically like create a new member that's with a different name, then get rid of the previous one, then flip it back? Because the problem is, I think this was straight up fail. I guess we can actually test this, right? So what we can do is, we can roll this back to the job scheduler state, right? And have another field that will be like job scheduler 2, job scheduler data. And what I'm interested in is, okay, this thing just, yeah, job scheduler 2, and that's fine. This thing is complaining about something. Oh yeah, job scheduler 2, job scheduler 2. But with our, we have the test thing at the end over here. So what I wonder is, now it's an array of things, right? So if I just do, if I suddenly change it to something that's not following this interface. So okay, so let's just actually get rid of this for now. So we will not be overwriting the values. But what I want to see is if I go over here and just change it from an array of these objects to just a single object. And I'm still printing it out up here in my main, somewhere at the very beginning. Here, right? I just do stringify memory.test. Right, so if I now push this, what actually happens? Because we have it in memory as where's my window? This one. So we have it in memory as an array. So does it just get like trampled over? Let's see. It still seems to be an array. That's very interesting. Even though the memory.test is of type test object now, that fact just seems to be ignored completely. And it's still getting printed out as an array of two of these objects. That is quite interesting. I kind of like expected a lot of different things, but this wasn't in the like possibility space of what could happen for me, I have to admit. So, what the heck do we do with this? This basically means that it's kind of, yeah, I think what's happening here, because the Screeps engine itself is not TypeScript, it will just deserialize it as a JavaScript object, but then the TypeScript part doesn't really kick in. Yeah, because JSON.stringify also doesn't care about this thing being a TypeScript object. So I almost feel like if I do, like this thing should fail. If I do like a, yeah, if I do a try catch here, basically, is this not how you write the, damn it. Syntax, how is the, just catch error, okay. So if I do like memory.test.x, if I try to print out this will fail, I expect. If this doesn't fail, then my mind will be blown again. So this thing equals this thing. This should definitely fail. I guess let's just try memory test as test object, and let's just stringify it after I do the s thing. As test object. I don't know if this will actually do anything, honestly. Failed to look at memory, and let's just print out the error. So we'll see. I have no idea what will happen now, but that's part of the fun exploration. So this is undefined, and this retain doesn't do anything. Okay. Oh, okay. This complicates things. So basically, this means if I have like an incompatible thing in memory, it will just not. Yeah. Oof, so how? Yeah. Not quite sure how to do this then, because so do I actually have job scheduler 2 now in the room? Yes, I do. And this is all empty. Okay. But that's a bit strange. It shouldn't stay empty. Oh, it's empty because what I actually should do is, so I basically take the data out of the memory and look at it as a new object. So should I just do equals as job scheduler data? Oh, damn it. Wrong naming. Now this is... I think this will still copy data around. I mean, not... Well... Potentially only references, but... Okay, let's see if this actually now stores the data. Yeah, because I think this is what I need to do, honestly. Where's my console? Okay, so we do it every 10 ticks. So this might need a bit to update. Oh. Refill entities, build entities. Yes, okay, so this now got correctly. And it also serialized the room. That's annoying. I mean, okay, so it's not serializing too much stuff, which is so should I just store the room as well? No, but the problem is I actually need the object room, not this representation. Damn it, this is really annoying. Yeah, when I start working with actual objects, okay, Zos, are you still around? Maybe, but the thing is, this actually might be TypeScript specific stuff, so I don't know if you will know this. Yeah, I didn't have the problem when I was like manually serializing stuff into strings, because then I'm just cherry picking what I want to serialize. But since this is serializing the objects, I mean, I can always just set it to undefined to like drop it, right? And at that point, it shouldn't really be serialized. Maybe that's what yeah, okay, maybe that's what I should be actually doing inside. So I have the serialize method. Where is it? So what if in here I just do room dot memory dot job scheduler to equals this as job scheduler data, but before that I just do this dot room. Oh, this is a bit of a circular issue. I reset the room. Oh no, it doesn't like that. Wait, what? Undefined is not assignable to room. You bastard. TypeScript type narrowing. No, this is different type of narrowing, I suspect. Yeah. Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. Object types. And the problem is I know exactly why this is happening, but I don't know how to get around this. And the solutions I see are a bit annoying. I guess what I can do, room.memory dot job scheduler 2 dot, yeah, but this doesn't damn it. It's so stupid that this maintains the room attribute, because the problem is I cannot go and do like this room dot memory dot job scheduler 2 dot room equals undefined, because it's not on the type. Oh, this is really bloody annoying. And the worst part is, when I don't actually even know if this will work if I correct it. So if I deserialize this and I'm actually passing in the room, no, it's okay, because I'm copying, so that part will actually work. It will correctly deserialize. But basically, if I put anything in here, it will automatically get serialized, because so JSON stringify cherry pick members or something, I don't know. No. TypeScript drop members on assign. Okay, this is it. There's no casting of TypeScript because that's not how TypeScript works. If you want to be sure that the property is removed from an object, you need to go the JavaScript way and, if necessary, annotate the result with TypeScript. Okay, I can do like delete my object. Okay, sure. That's So this will not. The problem is I don't know if this will actually work again. So TypeScript, will you allow me to do where's the serialize? So if I do delete this dot room, it has to be optional. Okay, so it doesn't like this. So if I do this dot room memory dot job scheduler 2, so if I do delete of room, it's a complaint that the room doesn't exist, right? God damn it! That's so amazingly annoying. How the hell do I get around this? It's just amazing. Okay, so this is the first step. That's fine. Can I do this room memory.job scheduler 2 as job scheduler? So first of all, I look at it as a job scheduler, and then I do delete dot room. And this still doesn't work because it needs to. Damn it. Why? Why is this so hard? TypeScript delete non-optional. Okay, this is removing an optional property. That's not really what I want. Removing doesn't prevent delete non-optional property. Damn it. From optional object in the book. Actually, okay, I think I just realized I might be overthinking this. Oh, damn it, I need to... Yeah, okay, I will need to basically expand this, which is... Okay, that's annoying, but okay, I can live with this. This age, this build entities, and this should actually work. Okay, then refill, yes. This dot repair, this dot disassembly, this dot upgrade, and that's it. Yes, that's it. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this should actually correctly store it and discard the room, because then like since I'm creating a new object, there should be no way for this to kind of maintain the information. Okay, so then over here, instead of doing this, I just do fancy job scheduler dot serialize. Yep. Okay, let's see. Screeps. Okay, so let's reload this thing. So we have rooms, job scheduler 2. Okay, so now it only... Okay, perfect. So this actually works. Okay, I need to create a new object and reinitialize it. So it's... Yeah. It's very awkward, but okay, that works. And I actually suspect this might straight up work. Yeah, okay, so this will also work if I don't actually rename the parameter in my memory. Okay, so let's just do that. So let's just change this one to data. Oh, come on. Yeah, so now let's take this. So what should happen now, like this should be basically all interpreted as now. And because of that, on the serialization, it should just rewrite it, and then every 20 ticks it should actually like regenerate the entire thing as normal. Sorry, every 10 ticks right now. Okay, so let's see. This should work. Okay, let's see if we exploded anything. Things are not exploding, which is good news. And if I just reload this thing, rooms, my jobs, yeah, okay, so the job schedule now got rewritten by the new object. Perfect. So now this thing can actually be dropped. Right. Damn it. What's the easiest way to do this? I wish there would be like yeah, I wish there was a way to just add a watch just by clicking on this. This is like the one thing that I find super annoying with the current setup. So this is rooms.e. I actually might have that already over. Yeah, I have it already over here. Okay. Because the problem is I don't want to like update the entire memory because that will overwrite all the state, which is not a good idea. Yep, let's just do that. And I think I actually might want to do this. So if I switch over all these things, I might want to do this type of narrowing on all of my memory, perhaps. So basically at the very end of my loop, I actually go and like enforce that like no extra stuff is in my memory. Yeah. Okay, so that was a very long detour for TypeScript nonsense. So let's just move on to doing what I actually wanted to do today. That's actually the job logic. Okay, so we are here. We have all the entities that might generate jobs. So, what will a job be? I want to have an enum over here. So there will be build job. Okay, let's just call it job underscore. So job build. And I guess actually let's just call it job type. Yeah, that's fine. So job type build, job type repair, job type disassemble, what else? Build I skipped refill. Job type refill, build, refill, repair, disassemble, upgrade. And we also will have job type energy. So the job type energy will be just go and pick up energy. Okay, so here we will definitely have the type. So public type, job type, and we will have an ID. Now this gets complicated because these IDs are different for different things. Okay, I guess I should have a new type, which will be like any job target or something like that. Which will be just a union of all of these. Because honestly, like within the job I can check if it's the correct ID, but honestly it doesn't matter that much if it's lining up. It's not a huge deal. Yeah. Okay. How do I do this again? I was already doing that somewhere, I'm sure. How do I just make like an inline type. No, so here I just have the interfaces. I'm sure I already did that at some point. Is it in my globals? Seriously, I don't have. Okay. TypeScript define new type. Let user define. No. Declaration. No. Nullable types. Damn it, why is my memory so bad? Oh, you can also... Right, okay, so type thing equals something, okay. So then over here, so type job target ID will be ID of a construction site, or it's one of these, so it's a structure. Oh, I actually, okay. So it's literally a construction site ID or structure ID, because Reaper entities target any structures. Okay, sure, that works. So then public target will be job target ID. Oh, and it's even more complicated because this can technically be ID of damn it, what do you call it? If there's like energy on the ground, that has a specific name for sure. Resource. Okay, it's a dropped piece of resource. Yup. So the ID here is just a string, but I'm pretty sure there's an ID of a resource as a thing. Resource. Yep. Okay. So the job target ID can be a construction site, any structure, or a resource. Okay. And so what I said, I need to remember what creeps were assigned to this. So I will need to have a member that's just creeps. That will be array of ID creep. Or maybe I want to do the name, but okay, this is okay. TBD, maybe use creep name here. So when I create the job, I actually want to store this array, don't I? Yes, I do. So then honestly, since I will be serializing this thing, that has slight issue with the energy thing though. I might not want to serialize that. It's it's a thing to consider. So if I just store this in memory, I will remember the job type, the job target. I guess then what I want to have is something like boolean what am I doing? Needs doing. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back.
Right. So if I store the jobs in memory, yep, I bought a fancy thing. Well, not too fancy. It's an Go XLR, if you know anything about streaming. So it's not like super high end, but it's very much tailored for streaming. And yes,
This is my first voice that I created.
And yeah, if you notice any sound issues or anything, let me know, because literally this is the first time I use it to stream stuff, so things are probably still out of whack completely. Yeah. So if we serialize everything, then on every job we just have like needs doing, because this job will be basically specific for the job target. So then what the job scheduler will just do, it will go over all the jobs and find one that actually needs doing. Right, and then what I actually want to do is to have a do creep creep. This will be, so this will be the actual job logic. This will be the job logic. Okay, so, but this thing will be massive. This will be very long. Well, I will probably have the steps in a separate place, but this will be a basically big. This will go over these enums, and for each of them, just like call the specific step logic. Okay. Okay, things are starting to crystallize. Oh my god. This is yeah. This stream has been weirdly unproductive, but then also like super productive in other ways, which is strange. A lot of design decisions made, but getting stuck on like weird stuff that I shouldn't be getting stuck on.
Oh yes, and Resident Screeper, thanks for the follow. I kind of missed that. That's another problem that I right now have. I don't have the alerts set up in a way that I actually see them. Silly me, silly me.
Okay. Now, this thing needs doing. Okay, so both of these will be big enums, right? Because needs doing, I basically want to have yeah, so just FYI, that was the first use case I used it for. I was on Zoom with my coworkers, but it backfired because they forced me to do the stand-up, like you know, be the person that says, yeah, you know, and what did you do yesterday, you know? so I had to do all of that with my voice changer. So kind of created more work for myself. Okay. Okay, so since we are serializing this, then this thing should actually move. Yes, this thing, damn it, this is so stupid. Ah, why did I do that? Okay, so I actually don't want... I actually don't want to store this thing at all. I don't want to store the entities. I literally want to store the jobs straight up. Yes. Ah, that's it. Ah, why? Why did I do that? Okay, but it's not that easy because here I kind of have the correct ID types. So it's yeah, because if I just have structure ID, I don't get the like correct methods. Okay, so I need to be a little bit careful here. So So I'm kind of thinking I should just have these as like separate types, like refill entities will be like refill entity ID will be this. Yeah, because that way then I can, so since the job target ID is just anything pretty much, I can then narrow it to the specific ID for that job type. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Wow, yeah. I really feel like today my brain is still suffering from this week's work. So this is repair, right? So repair entity ID. Yes, okay. This will be clean. I like this. So and the thing is, while I need to wait a second. This was disassembly, yes. While I will be actually removing the entities from the memory, I will anyway need these IDs because that goes from this job target, then needs to be narrowed down to the specific like subtype ID. Yep, bad copy paste. Disassembly ID, yes. Yep, and then this was upgrade ID. Upgrade, it should be entity ID. Yep. Okay, disassembly entity ID. Yep. And upgrade entity ID, and this thing is built. Okay. And then I guess I should also have energy source ID. I shouldn't call it source, it should be energy pickup ID or something like that. Or I guess I can be consistent with this previous naming and just call it entity. Yes, that's fine. So energy entity ID, so that one will be either ID resource or ID container, structure container, yes, or ID of structure storage, right? Yes. Perfect. And this thing should be built entity ID, yes, over here. Okay. Okay, but as I said, we actually don't really want to store the entities, we want to store the jobs. So... Oh, but then I have this stupid issue with the enums. Did I solve that before? Because I think I'm not quite sure how to put like an enum inside of the type definition thing. Yes, definitely. And actually, I need to have a look at the map because I know that I can already like pick a place. But basically, what is it like? Yeah, I have like one more week. So I want to get my current code kind of cleaned up in a way that I can just like plop it into the seasonal stuff, and then start like building the special stuff that's on seasonal, like the buried treasures or whatever the thing is over there. But yes, I definitely want to play on seasonal. That's why this thing is called like season 0, because like the season 1 will be the first seasonal season. that I very deliberately called this like season 0. In TypeScript type definitions. In TypeScript. Yeah, this is not really... export. Namespace image enum. Oh, this is interesting. I like this. Let me just make this a bit bigger. So you can have like a nested enum by using namespace of the same name as a class. And then when you import the namespace, the image, it imports both the name and the namespace. That's neat. But okay, that still doesn't tell me how to like put it into the type definition. I guess I should search for enum and what is the file name extension? It's d.ts. enum d.ts. Will that enums in TypeScript declaration files? Yes. Possibly. Wait a second. Yes, okay, so this doesn't work. Yes, that's right. This doesn't work. Okay, so in the yeah, so this doesn't yeah, so this is one option. Yes, I knew about this. I can it's not really an enum. It becomes the join type, or whatever we call it. Yeah, it's Oh, that's Jesus. Okay, so it basically tells it that's an enum, but it doesn't tell it what enum. Okay, sure. That's yeah, I slightly prefer the the union type over this. Okay. Yeah, this definitely looks like TypeScript limitation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just go for this one. It's I mean the way I use it will be basically the same. Like there's no difference. It's just I would definitely prefer like a normal enum, but yeah. And I could also use a number at that point. Yes, yes, it could just be a number, but that's yeah. I honestly like that less. So okay, let's just yeah. I need a job type over here. So wait, do I just export type? Yes, export type. Wait, do I need to do the export? That's interesting. And then I just put this stuff over here as strings. I mean, because this is TypeScript, it will actually check if I try to assign something that is not in this list. So, I mean, for what I will be using it for, this should be fairly equivalent. So this goes away at this point. Oops. And yeah, there should be just job type. Why can't you find it? Yeah, it was actually the... So I think the export is there just because they have it like a modular type definition. Yeah, so this is getting imported here. But because it's my global type definition, I don't really... Yeah, now it works. Okay, I don't... Yeah, I don't want to be exporting it. Okay. So... Yeah, so here I will have a switch over type. Yeah. This dot type, yes. Okay. And this will be the same idea, so there will be a switch over this dot type. And yeah, I think the actual insides of this I will write tomorrow. But let's just try to make sure that this thing actually gets correctly initialized and that is actually in my memory. So, okay. So as I said, instead of the entities, I really want to be actually storing the jobs. So then this thing should be storing jobs, yes. Okay, so let's do constructor of this stuff. Okay. So I still want the age, even though that's just... I actually might drop the age at some point, thinking about it. Right, so build jobs is an array of job Yep. Yeah, and everything kind of becomes easier over here because everything is just a job. Okay, let's just indent this in a nicer way. Okay. Yeah, so with this, I will have the jobs inside of this. Oopsie daisy, that's the wrong syntax. I will have the jobs inside of this object, which is the object that I'm storing in memory. So let's just fix the last couple of things. Then this thing goes away. Now I need to also update my scheduler data inside of my type definition, yes. So this thing just gets simplified to array of job. Yes, okay, but I need to tell it what job is. Okay, sure. Which is actually fine because now I have the enum. Yes, okay. So job. Yeah, okay, and now we are again running into the stupid class versus an interface. But I actually don't need these to be classes because I straight up can do the reason why I wanted to have this as a separate thing was to make sure that the narrowing is working fine. But since I don't care about the narrowing anymore, specifically this part, I mean for the jobs I just want to have an interface. Wait a second. Object types. If I have a method on an interface, can I provide an implementation? Interface method. So this is just data members, sure. Read-only properties, yep. Access property checks. Sure, that's all kind of sensible. Okay. Search. So do I just need to go over the memory and flip them to the class from the interface? Um, I also need to change the naming, obviously. Let's- Hmm. And this is, yeah, the fact that this is the place where these two things kind of meet together is not great. I kind of almost feel that this should just ID. So these are all interfaces. But then how do I get from the interface to an object? There's something I'm missing here. Like either about the way like JavaScript works or something. Because like the moment I have like things deserialized, right? So okay, what was that actually? Let's go back to the types. So this is like creep memory, right? Okay, so let's go to a creep. So we have a loop over the creeps somewhere here, right? So if I look at what creep dot memory dot like source ID is, as ID yeah, like once I have the actual creep, I suddenly have like everything initialized to objects, but the thing is, like, where do the classes come from? I guess they don't really, because they're JavaScript objects. So I still only have an interface on the TypeScript side. But then using a class as an interface. Everything that implements X should be convertible to X, but not necessarily convertible to X1. Yeah, so I guess what I can always do is have the things of the type of the interface and then just do like the thing as the actual class, and then I can call the methods on it. The problem is that's a bit awkward if I just always need to do the as. but I might need to. Yeah, let's go back to this then. So the job, so interface job is the job type, the target, and the array of creeps. Yes. So job type, target, and creeps array ID creep. Right, and this job target ID needs to move over here, which is fine. So this implements job interface. And yeah, I think I will need to kind of come up with some sort of naming schema. I think I will just call all my interfaces like something interface, and my classes will be just a prefix or something, because otherwise this gets very confusing. Right, okay, so we have the job interface over here. So this should be job interface, array of job interface, yep. So this implements job interface. Oh, I can actually, wait a second. Missing following job scheduler. Oh, wait, what? Build jobs. Yeah, it doesn't like these array of jobs, unfortunately. No, wait. It's still complaining that this doesn't... What? If I switch this to job interface, will this make him happy? No, it doesn't. That's interesting. So job schedule data is an age, then build jobs, refill jobs, repair jobs, disassembly jobs, upgrade jobs. Now, build jobs, disassembly jobs, refill jobs, repair jobs, upgrade jobs. Yes, okay. Just... Wow, brain. Brain is on holidays, apparently. Yes, I need to actually make these. Not just arguments to this constructor, but actual attributes of this method. Attributes of this class. And actually this, he's okay with this. Okay. So this kind of solves the problem, because we get the job scheduler data and we just look at it as a class job, array of job. And if things are not completely crazy, this should maybe work. Yeah. Okay. Upgrade jobs, right. So this thing should just go away. Build jobs, refill jobs. repair jobs, and I think I deleted upgrade jobs, did I? Let me just double check this. So I have build jobs, refill jobs, repair jobs, upgrade jobs. Am I missing anything? 6 arguments but got 5. What did I skip? Okay, let's... So I have build jobs. This... Oh, I'm missing this. How am I missing disassembly jobs? That's weird. So let's just double check. Disassembly, refill, repair, and upgrade. That should be correct. It's a bit annoying that these are all of the same type, so they really need to align, otherwise I will kind of silently screw myself. Yeah. Okay, wait a second. Why is this complaining now? Oh, is it complaining because this thing... Yes, okay, good. It was just this part that was unhappy about. So yes, we just need to change the entities to jobs. All cool. Oops. Okay, so this is fixed, this is fixed, this build, okay. So instead of pushing the entity, what I really want to do is to create a new job, right? So let's do that. Again, just changing this around. Build jobs, push, and so this will be new job. So the job type will be job, so this is construction site, so this is job type build. The target will be site ID. But I need to be careful because, so since I'm not just reinitializing the list of entities in a room anymore. Yes, so it's okay, a little bit more complicated. So since I'm not just redoing the list of objects, these are jobs. The problem is the jobs actually store information about which creeps were assigned to the job. So I cannot just like replace the job. What I realistically want to do well, this gets a bit tricky, honestly. Okay, so yeah, I don't just want to go through the room and just find stuff. I want to first go through the old jobs, figure out if the target still exists. If it does, then just reuse it. But if it doesn't, then remove it. But I also need to figure out... Yeah, I still want to do this find, but I only want to create new jobs. Yeah, okay, so this logic becomes way more complicated now. Okay. Okay, so what I can I can make this relatively reasonable. Okay. So what I can do is const done sites, done entities is new set id any something. Okay, job target id, yes. So I don't want to do this. So what I want to do is for let job of this dot build jobs. So go over my existing jobs, right? Now, if game dot get object by ID of site dot ID, nope, not site dot ID, job dot target, yep. Why is this going through the string one? I don't know. Whatever. So job.target. So this thing returns this thing returns, where is it? T or null. Okay. So if this is null, why is this getting mapped to the string one? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, job target ID is either construction site, structure, or resource. So this should definitely go through the other overload. Why is this going? Does it need to be like a specific one? Is that the problem? Huh. This is quite curious. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that this still works fine. So, okay, so if the target is null, then I actually want to drop this job. Or actually, right, the other way around, right. Okay, yeah, it's... Yeah, I think the problem is... Yeah, I'm kind of asking the compiler that runs statically to look at dynamic information, because I guess the actual type of the thing will be dynamic, right? And I cannot really... Yeah, I kind of get what's happening. It's a... Yeah, whatever. New build jobs will be array of job. Okay, so if it's not null, we just want to recycle the job. So new build jobs dot push job. So this will just copy over the jobs that still have the valid target, and it will copy the job with the currently assigned creeps, and everything is fine. Okay, but also I want to, whenever I do this, I want to do done entities. Oh shoot, but I need to do this by yeah, I need to do this kind of in blocks. Okay, so this will be okay. Yeah, okay, let's just... I will do it slightly more ugly. So, sorry. Let's just call it new jobs. So yes, new jobs is this thing. Done entities add job.target. Now in this thing, if site.id, right? So if done entities dot has, yes, site.id, I guess if it doesn't have it, then please new jobs push a new job. Perfect. And then what I want to do down here is this dot build jobs is new jobs, right? So okay, so the logic is we remember the IDs we looked at, or I guess the IDs that have a job assigned to them. We create a new array of jobs, go over the old jobs. If the target still exists, then we just copy the job, keeping the creep assignments and everything. If it doesn't though, what we want to do, yeah, okay, so if the target doesn't exist, then we just skip it. But if there are any new entities, they will get picked up by the second part, which is going over all of them. Yeah. I could... actually, let's just put this thing... This doesn't really matter. But... Yes, okay. Site is construction site, yep. Yes, okay. I feel this will be slightly better. So I will do the filtering over here. Return and then in this loop I just do this. So in the filter we basically skip over the things that are already present in the done entities. Okay. Now this piece of code will be a bit more complicated because I have a bunch of different jobs based on the based on the type of the building. Yeah. So maybe actually yeah, actually let's just make this I will just split this because this is becoming way too long. Okay, so this thing will be a separate method. Refresh build jobs. Yep, and then we just call it. Now, yes, because this thing works very differently than the rest of the code. So the rest of the code goes over all structures. Okay. So I kind of feel, and I already see bugs in my code because I have refill building twice over here. Or actually maybe that's fine. Because... Oh yeah, because refill building we also want to repair. Yes, okay, sure. So I think we should just remember yeah, no, okay, so since we do this by structure type, yeah, I can just remember the building IDs I already went through. Because it shouldn't really ever happen that I kind of like have a job for like let's say here, right? Like if when I have two different jobs for one building. So it will never happen that I kind of have the refill job for this building, but I don't have the repair job, because these are always kind of assigned together. So I really just need to remember that I have seen the ID, because since this kind of gets generated consistently, yes, okay. Okay, that should be fine. So yes, but let's turn this into another method, because this is again a massive piece of code that just should be separate. It ends over here, I think. Yes. So this was refresh build jobs. Let's call this refresh structure jobs. Just put this here, and yeah, as I said, so we first want to go over all of the old jobs and just copy them the same as over here. So done entities, new jobs. So we will have a bunch of different new jobs. Okay, but the done entities will be just one. Okay, so these I can actually now change to const, because they're in a separate place. Okay. Yeah, so let's just copy paste this thing. So done entities, and then I will have new, and this will be the different jobs. So new refill jobs. Okay. Job build jobs, get job target, new build jobs, new refill jobs, I mean, sorry. And yeah, we add it into the add entities. That's good. So this thing over here will be new refill jobs dot push new job. Job type will be job type refill, and the ID is this thing, right? Cool. Yep. But okay, first of all, so if I want to have the filter over here, so if done entities has this thing, so if done entities has building.id, then return false. No, not all call paths return value. Oh, because I wasn't really returning anything before, because I didn't really need to. Sure. Okay. Return. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really looking at the actual return of this thing. I'm just kind of using it to loop over all the structures, which maybe it's not the correct thing to do. I don't actually know. Okay. Oh, and my YouTube widget is dead again. That's annoying. Oh, whatever. So refill jobs, that's done. Okay, so now the repair jobs. So const new repair jobs is again new array, loop over the thing, and I already see bug. So this shouldn't be build jobs, these should be refill jobs. Indeed. Okay, so we loop over the refill jobs. That's good. So repair jobs, we loop over the repair jobs, unsurprisingly, and new repair jobs dot push. Perfect. And now we need this thing, so we add a repair job, which is a new job of type job repair for this building. Then repair entities wrap, so there's another one over here, new job type repair, building ID. Okay, upgrade repair. Okay, there's another repair over here, so new repair jobs dot push this thing, job type repair. Okay, and that's it. Cool. So then we have disassemble. So const new disassemble jobs. Yep. I call it disassembly jobs. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, just push it there, and then over here, new disassembly jobs, push new job, job type disassembly. I should call it disassembly to be consistent, but oh well. And then we have an upgrade as the last thing, I feel. Is this actually covering all of them? So we have refill, repair, disassemble, and upgrade. Is that it? Build, refill, repair, disassemble, upgrade. Yes. So let's just copy paste this thing. New upgrade jobs, upgrade jobs. Yep. Oh, new upgrade jobs. Yes. Okay, that's all fine. Yes. New upgrade jobs, push new job that's of type upgrade. Yep, that should be all fine. So these things actually we don't want, because this data is actually in my in the thing I'm deriving from. Okay, so here I just want the this dot refresh structure jobs. Okay. I think we are getting there. Now, okay, when I construct it for the first time, this thing gets initialized. Yeah, okay, so that's all correct. What are you complaining about? Okay, job scheduler, even room, job scheduler. Okay, there's some sort of incompatibility over here. Is missing the following properties from job, needs doing. Interface is not assignable to job. Oh, because I'm doing the other way around. Right. Well. I mean, I can just put them here. That's not really a big deal. Needs doing. Boolean and do creep. I guess this can also return a boolean. That wouldn't be horrible. Okay, I feel like now it's actually happy with what I'm doing. Okay, let's just double check if this thing, so when I call serialize, it will create the class I'm deriving from and just copy the jobs into that, which I think is the thing I actually want to do. Okay, to be fair, right now it stopped mattering because I don't have extra data in my job scheduler anymore. So maybe we can simplify this code tomorrow a bit. Cut down on this one layer of interaction and just have the job scheduler directly. But for now this is fine. Okay. So do I just push this and hope for the best? That will be interesting. I mean, the good thing is I can just always nuke the job scheduler, so it's not too critical, because right now it's not really doing anything. So yeah, let's just push, and if it explodes I can just nuke the job scheduler and it should get reinitialized. Okay, let's see. No, things are not exploding, which is good. No, things are exploding. Okay. Yeah, job scheduler, please, you go away. Come on, remove, save. Okay, and we are back to being alive. Yes. Okay, so there was definitely some serialization issue. What? Come on. What the? Okay, why is my browser freaking out? What the hell? That was very interesting. Okay. Ah. But somehow we don't have any jobs, which is very interesting. Because okay, do you know why? I wonder if anyone noticed that. Let's see if anyone is actually paying attention, or if you just have this in background and not really looking at the stream. Did anyone notice what I screwed up? Why we don't have any data stored? And if you don't know, just guess. It's not hard to guess, just FYI. No one daring to guess? Not exactly, but you are thinking on the correct pathways. Okay, so since people are not guessing, okay, let me show you. So, you know, we have this thing, refresh build jobs, refresh structure jobs, which, you know, go through all the things and they, you know, regenerate the data. And the build jobs do indeed store that, but the refresh structure jobs, they don't. So I calculate all this amazing data, but I never store it. So these repair jobs equals new repair jobs. This refill jobs equals new refill jobs. This upgrade jobs equals new upgrade jobs. This disassembly jobs equals new disassembly jobs. That might be it. Let me just double check. Upgrade, disassembly, repair, refill. Yes. Okay, yes. So we calculate all the new data, but we never actually store it, which is, you know, slightly important. $69, so it should just rebuild now. And did it? Yes, okay. Now we have all these beautiful disassembly jobs, which are of type refill. What the f— How am I able to screw up my code this much? This is impressive. Oh my god. I'm such a good developer. Oh my jeez. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, so this is not screwed up. Repair jobs, type repair. Okay. Upgrade jobs, type upgrade. Repair jobs, type repair. Disassemble jobs, type disassemble. Repair jobs, type repair. Repair jobs, type refill. So what the heck is actually happening? This should be fine. Why is this job type refill? How did that happen? And this is job type repair. What the hell? Yes. No, wait, now it's... Was it just like wrong in my browser and now it's okay? Now it looks okay. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. I think we are fine now. So this thing now is generating all the jobs. Basically the thing that's missing for things to actually start working is, first of all, the scheduler needs to go over the jobs that need doing, and this logic needs to be implemented that actually says, oh, this is actually a job that needs, you know, work. And then I actually need to implement the actual pieces of work that actually make the creeps to go to a place and do the job. The thing is, I mostly have this already in my, because I basically wrote my logic to be kind of piecewise. It's just that these things kind of need to change to not to do the find closest by path. They instead need to do, like, take the ID of the target and then find the path to the ID. But yes, okay. We are getting there for sure. But yes, I don't have anything actually working today. It was just like setting up things to be ready. But yeah, we are very close to this thing actually working. And it should be working fine. Actually, what's my... Yeah, slightly more... How is this taking up more memory than before? What the hell? This doesn't make any sense. When I was storing it as strings, it was taking less memory. I guess I'm storing slightly more information now. Oh yeah, okay, okay, yeah. So I'm storing the job type as information. And I also have the creep array. Okay, so yes, okay, so I'm actually storing more information. Not by much, but I'm definitely storing more information. Okay. Okay. So, should I stop at this today? I think I should, because I'm starting to feel my brain is shutting down. So yeah, let me look around on Twitch for someone that we will visit again. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Who is streaming right now? Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's just go visit Leon. Okay, cool. So, thanks a lot for joining me, and let's visit Leon.